Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
Are we live? All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in live to the Full Velocity Racing Network, and we are live today this afternoon at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, the Patriot Graphics 200, brought to you by our friends at Blade Node Motorsports and BladeNode.com, and it comes to you live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Good afternoon, everybody. Phil LaCass is here. Jack Chewin's on the controls. Believe even Mr. Too Tall will be in here very shortly. Mr. Stanton, I believe, rolling his way into North Wilkesboro as we speak. But before we go racing this afternoon in the 87 throwback cars here for 200 laps around, let's go trackside for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right. First of all, thank you to Charlie Milner at Milner Media and Design. Thank you to Dirty Grass Soul. We can't talk this afternoon. It's afternoon. We're not supposed to do this in the middle of the afternoon, are we? Live today in North Wilkesboro, the Patriot Graphics 200, Blade Node Motorsports, bladenode.com, putting on a great show. Sam Perry's out here, $50 in iRacing credits to the winner, and they are gridded. We have, I believe, 11 drivers. We're going to go at it for 200 laps around, so it'll take a little while there, Todd, but let's take a shot at our 3D Racing starting lineup.
Starting on the pole here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, driver the number 71, that is Brett Hahn, timing in with a 18.715. And Greg June aboard that number 66 machine, going to roll off outside the front row with a 18.987.
In row number 2, it'll be the number 42. That'll be Tanner Tellerico, clocked in also with an 18.987. And alongside with the number 38, an old friend to us here at the network, 19.044, the time trial speed for Mr. David Patton.
Timing in with a 19.089 for driving the number 787, the BladeNode.com sponsored machine. That is Jason Wildman and Nick Fleury aboard the number 25, timing in with a 19.098 outside row number 3.
The number 61 Mobile One machine will start in the 7th starting position, time of 19.227. That'll be Corey Cook, and alongside of him in the number 11, that is our buddy Eric Tupper this afternoon, running in the 11. He will start in the 8th starting spot.
Inside row number 5, that's the number 9 machine. That is Chris Miller with an 819.892. And outside of him, his dancing partner, driver of the number 7 machine. That is Sam Perry in the number 7 machine. Hooters sponsor number 7 machine. Had to get back there and look at it because that's one of my favorite cars out there. 19.943.
All right, next in line, it looks like it's going to be the number 17, Wreckham Rolls. Brett Rolls going to start 11th in his Back to Blue machine. Looks like he'll start from the pit lane. And I believe the only other driver left in the server going to go out there without a practice lap to be made will be the number 8 car. That old throwback Gatorade scheme, it looks like there for the 8 car. And that is going to be Ace Thruitt. Ace Thruitt. On the 8, we've got 12 drivers. We're going to go 200 laps around. It's going to be a long afternoon. Settle on in. Let's have some fun. The green flag is in the air.
Don't forget to have a 12-pack sitting next to you, maybe even a 30-pack sitting next to you as you get drunk and delirious here with us for this 200-lap race here at North Wilkesboro.
Some of us still got to do a dirt show later on. I can't get that silly.
Oh, but you can.
I may do the funny stuff. Now, I think the wife will be home soon, so if she's nice enough, maybe I'll sit here and just take a rip, and we'll just have a good old time.
We'll have to see what's going to happen here. Right now, your race leader, that number 71 machine. Second is Tanner Tellerico in that number 42. Here at North Wilkesboro, first time I've ever had the cars, Phil. Had to buy those today. First time I ever had the track. Had to buy those today. Yeah. So this broadcast virtually free here today for everybody. But definitely going to be worthwhile, though, to have North Wilkesboro in these cars because these cars are pretty cool on dirt.
I call this one the "Do You Have 30 Days to Leave a Premises" edition of the Full Velocity Racing Network this afternoon. I really, really do. This one's going to hurt a little bit in the wallet, no doubt about it. But we get racing here for 200 laps around, working on lap number 5. It is really neat, though. I was always a fan back in the 80s and 90s of watching racing here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. So, one of the best tracks in the country. You almost wish NASCAR would someday get their head out of the rear end, bring it back, do some racing on it. I know there's been other incarnations of ownerships that have cleaned the Speedway up, have used it in previous years, but nothing's kind of stuck with it. So, be cool to see this one kind of come back to life. One of the coolest racetracks. Kudos to Dale Jr. and iRacing for getting this thing together and, putting this out there in real life for us to run on. And the 87 cars, a whole new animal you bring out to us, the Monte Carlos and the Thunderbirds. I mean, it's a cool old school vibe today. We're a couple of old school guys. I mean, I think. Jack's here anyways. And
he's really old school.
So these guys are old school, and we're kind of right there next in line. So,
hey, we definitely did see the green flag though here, Phil. It didn't get held up. I heard people that were going to take the green flag away. No, Chris Miller getting sideways over there as he went a lap down already here on lap 7 down to the infield. He hits the inside. That's not even a tire barrier. Nope. That's not a wall. That's a guardrail.
That's a Hooters car with a 9 car and a guardrail that reminds me of Chase and probably deserves to be in the guardrail.
Another Hooters car going a lap down. That is Samuel Perry. Unfortunately, here having a little bit of issues already here early on in the going for the number 7. He is definitely had the back end crunched in just a tad bit. And probably had a little flirtation with the wall. So.
A lot of Hooters. Maybe there's wings. Todd's already said there's beer. May not be a bad day after all. We're still early on. That's
Depends on
true.
what size or what type of country or what where in the country you are.
That is also true. My goodness. So a little bit of since we're going to be here having some fun all afternoon, and at this point, let's have some fun doing this. We talk about, we got the green flag out. Some have tried to cut the tongue out of the network here. So you weren't here for the production meeting, Todd. So we'll have one now while we're just watching the cars go round and round. So when somebody wants to make an asinine type of comment like that, and kind of get on our bad side about certain material or things we may do, well, the best way I know to strike back on them is not only keep doing it, but do it bigger. So I think the three of us, or even Hot Rod, can chime in. Whoever is here in the room at a certain time, we go green flag for the feature. In every restart in the feature, we all just yell out, green flag. I think that might stick. We just all do it, and if people don't like it, they can tune us out. And if they watch the race because they like the league, and we get, have to do it 3 or 4 times, they can tell the league, hey, stop wrecking. It's a perfect idea. That's what I got. We have a yellow for the first time this afternoon. Lap number 14 of 200, so we have already tore some cars up. It's going to be a carnage day of attrition. Who spun out and hit the wall all by himself? 61 of Corey Cook, and he was the first one openly pre-race saying, my setup is junk. I don't think I'll be here the whole race. And he goes around all by his selfie. And I guess that means we can pull out the Full Velocity Racing Network selfie stick, because we're always looking for gimmicks here. It's the kayfabe of the fast lane here, the Full Velocity Racing Network. So everybody give Cody Cook a big old selfie stick, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, give him a hey. We'll let you chew on that, and we'll come back and call the restart live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, we are getting set for a restart. So let's try this out. Rehearsals on the fly. Let's annoy everybody that's watching us. Are you ready, Jack? Green flag.
That was not a team effort.
No.
That was a failure.
That was like That's like just kneeling at the anthem. Really, that was awful, guys. Let's get that together. Goodness.
787 was leading for a brief second there, fell over Tanner Tellerico. Jason was leading. Now looks like he's going to fall back.
I ended up in Tupper's car, and Tupper liked being on pit road so much he pitted like 2 or 3 times. I'm not exactly sure what that was about. I guess he didn't like that. Those tires ain't cheap. I mean, he put a couple of sets of them on. I wonder if there's a tire rule.
If there is or not with this, I would put a tire roll. That'd be rather interesting to put a tire. From what I see, Phil, I mean, I've only seen him race on the dirt. I haven't seen him race I've seen on the dirt. They are nuts.
Oh, tire rolls? Oh, we've played with one a few times in a couple of league races I've done here recently. And when you have a short track like this, that'll probably have a tendency to run tires up a little bit, and you use them up, wear them out. You know, that could be a lot of fun. But we're slowed by the second yellow of the afternoon. We're lap 23.
And our second shot of the day.
We're doing shots.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm unprepared.
Hot rod was ready.
'66 car of Greg June. He's outside pole, and he is outside pole no more. Let's see what happens. He rolls it down into the corner, makes it a little loosey-goosey, and not a full selfie, but enough to bring out the yellow. There's number 2 on the afternoon. 176 laps remain here in North Wilkesboro. All right, we're going to put the lights out, and it's still bright outside, so hopefully the lights don't turn completely out. That'd be an issue. But let's go back to racing. What do you say? Tanner Tellerico leads Brett Hahn, Nick Fleury, David Patton, and Greg June. That's to the top 5. Your turn, Todd.
Oh, you got Tanner Tellerico out front right now with the number 71 running in that second spot. He was today's quick time. He sat on the pole. That Air Force number 71. It's rather hungry. They're trying maybe we catch down Tanner Tellerico. I was saying Tanner's going to win this race. Nick Fleury is going to finish second. That was my early call. And yeah, we're going to have another yellow flag here over the field here. Shot number 3 coming at you.
3. Let's watch a replay together and come back in and call a restart. right, the lights are out. Let's see if the field has kind of changed in its look a little bit. Looks like the 11 car of Eric Tupper's on the inside. Is he still sitting one lap down? Yeah, he is. Imagine that. Tupper's a lap behind.
Green flag.
Thank you. I feel better now. Green flag in the air. Tanner Tellerico, Brett Hahn, Nick Fleury, David Patton, and Greg Jude got to be our top 5 down the back chute.
At top 5 down the back chute here in the turn, and number 3, Tanner Tellerico right now setting the pace here. Has led 15 laps so far out of 35 filled. So led a majority of the laps so far. The other majority I can say is probably led by the number 71 directly behind him, looking down to the inside, the Air Force number 71, trying to get around Tellerico here early on in the going. Like you said, Phil, there's quite a few laps left. I mean, there's going to be some different schemes, different things going on. I believe we see that going as Tanner Tellerico gets out of the way of the number 71 machine. Don't often see that.
I must think he's having some alien issues. Right? That was just me. I thought I saw the 42 car kind of go off the screen and the 71 went by. Well, Brett is now back to the He's a new race leader over the 42 of Tellerico in the 25 of Nick Fleury. Now, who'd you pick to win this? You say Tanner was going to win this one?
Yep, Tanner, then Nick Fleury. 1-2.
Did. Well, I guess I get the Hahn car. I get 71, which he was quick in practice, so I'll take him. Who are y'all picking out there watching on Facebook Live this afternoon? I see Cody McKnight, see Mike Ross, our buddy Hot Rod. He's here hanging out with us. Harry Townsend. Phil and Todd, did Sam say anything about a doubleheader for the next race? No, he did not. Did not. And he needs to talk to us next time he comes up with an idea. Ain't that right?
It's going to be a doubleheader at Talladega and Daytona, Phil. Full-length races.
I will be out of the country.
I will make sure I get corona, ass cancer, and AIDS just to miss that one. I mean, is that descriptive enough? I know Sam can hear me. I loathe restrictor plate racing. Loathe it. Cody,
That means
save
he
me,
loves it.
brother. Don't do it to me.
That means he loves it.
No.
Another shot.
Yellow's out. Who wants their TV time this time? Didn't I already give him a selfie stick?
He wants the double. He wants the gold.
Oh.
Gold selfie stick.
Golden selfie stick's expensive, Todd. We had to sell that one to get to the racetrack this afternoon.
Nah, Jack said he had one. Oh, okay, that's why.
About right.
So, Phil, that guy will probably be coming to attack you because you sold it to him. Because it's probably pure gold, you probably told him. Just so you know.
Whatever. This guy's not scared.
He's going to want your money back. His money back. You just tell him to wait in line.
Yeah, I'll make the invoice out to one Mr. Samuel Perry at Blade Node Motorsports. That's where the invoice can go.
And, oh, a lot of hijinks going on.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun this afternoon. Stay with us. We're only on lap 44. We're going to do this all day. We'll be here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Welcome back to this ultra-professional simulation of kayfabe in the fast lane. North Wilkesboro. And Cody's talking about 2 races at Sonoma. I'm not sure. No, that's it. More stuff I don't own and more stuff I
Green flag.
know nothing about. That's what I do know about. Jack making me happy. And I don't care who it makes angry. Green flag goes back in the air. We're approaching 50 laps in. We'll be 1/4 of the way home here soon. Who is leading this thing? Brett Rolls? That can't be right. That's not correct.
No, 71, 2 for move to the corner. Hey, he wasted no time. Roll stayed out on old tires, not as sticky. Phil, no, he gets loose. And that's why you don't stay out on old tires at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, well, Brett's not the brightest guy in the bowl either, so.
Back to blue. Awesome car.
That's a hell of a car. It really is. And I like Brett. I mean, we all can't be perfect. I mean, he is a Bills fan.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Here comes Nick Fleury down to the inside. He's going to take over the second spot from Brett Rolls.
No, not wrong being a Bills fan. Not at all. I mean, they may win something here this year. Not sure what they're going to win, but they're going to win something.
New improved Super Bowl.
Fan-free Super Bowl.
Yeah. That's going to really, really disturb some of the other stadiums. 13th man. That's going to disturb some of it. I think it's going to be an interesting season. Baseball season's been interesting already.
Baseball's been rough. And after I watched your Mets beat up on my team for 4 days and make us look stupid, and watched the Yankees put a hurting on us the last 2 nights. Oh, there's a race going on? Oh, I'm sorry.
We're talking about the COVID-19, which has a lot to do with racing too, especially in New York.
That's it. The race should be called the COVID-19, and it's 19 laps.
Yes.
All for that.
19 laps would be fantastic.
That would be amazing, especially on pavement. 19 laps would be amazing, because races really shouldn't be on pavement any longer than that.
I really, that's one of those things that I've always talked about. These long distance races, even don't watch NASCAR. These long distance races, I think the shorter they were, better the racing you probably would see. I really honestly do.
I'm completely with you. You could have a shorter race with a whole lot more action. And that's the only thing. And I've done these long races and been around it for a long time, or was for a long time, and I get its purpose. I just don't get it in the simulation, and that's kind of where I go with it. We can have better quality racing. Yeah, I guess some strategy goes out the window when you condense it, but I mean, I think you can put better racing in a short amount of time. You get the sense of urgency to go early versus sitting back and saving your stuff and everybody kind of weeding themselves out and stretching out. I mean, those are the kind of races I do enjoy when things like that will happen, when there's different things to talk about. But yeah, I think long distance races, especially at a short track, it's just too much. My personal opinion. Do you all agree or disagree? We're out there live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV, so let us know how you're feeling. I think Todd's dreaming of a dirt track near him.
Well, I have some. Watching the race here, I was trying to find some guys racing side by side. So far, it's pretty much staying single file, which is probably wise right now. Tires are getting used up a little bit here. Watching these guys go at it. Got a yellow flag. They're starting to get used up, and side by side might not be very good. Looks like it's pretty much locked to the bottom so far, Phil, here at North Wilkesboro. But this is the type of racing I used to love to watch. Is that these short tracks like North Wilkesboro or Bristol. Back in the 80s, early 90s, for that matter. That's when these cars were real.
I agree.
I think some of these other packages have took the driver out of the equation. I think short tracks is a great equalizer too. Hey, super speedways are, but I really think short tracks are.
So what do you think? And let's talk about short track pavement racing. And there's been some waves made in that community in the real world in the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure if you've seen the announcement put out by a guy named Tony Stewart, and this new all-star racing kind of league that he's going to put together, a series or whatever. It's going to rival more like IROC did years ago, and it's going to go to short tracks. And I know they've floated out like the Nashville Fairgrounds or Pensacola, even places like Stafford. They've been mentioned looking for the greatest short tracks in the country to go race at, in equal type of cars, where it would put it all back in the driver's hands. Is that something that would get your juices going for a guy like myself, or you look at the sport the way it is now? I think you can pick a handful of teams and cars that are going to be dominant, but to put a race like that back in the driver's hands, that's going to be cool. I think so.
Yeah, I really do think that's going to put back on the map, especially for other things. And you got to listen to some of the talks that they had with like Ray Evernham and talking about how IROC is going to compare to this series. Different things that you're going to draw for cars, and the thing about it is you're going to have, I think they said, one practice session with a crew chief, and they're going to draw a legend crew chief out of the hat. So you get 24. I think it's either 24 or 48 hours. I can't remember what he was saying, but you get to spend that time with the crew chief to try to make that car faster.
I think it's a great idea, and I hope it gets off the ground. And I hear that 2021's the projected start date on it. So, but you look at the calendar, we've just flipped to August. So 2021,
really not that far away.
This year of Jumanji hopefully isn't too far away, and hopefully some normalcy comes back with it too, because I think we're all kind of itching to see life kind of go back to normal living. I know I am anyways. I think everybody kind of is too, but neither here nor there. We're getting through the middle part of this one. 68 laps on the board, and we've had a good race up for the second spot. Brett Hahn is kind of checked out with 71, but Nick Fleury and Tanner Tellerico, two guys that have raced each other a billion times in laps out there in iRacing, that's a good race going on for the second spot there, Todd.
It's a decent race, like you said, between Tellerico. Tellerico right now trying to close back in on the rear bumper, that number 25 machine. I picked him to be the opposite way, but I picked him to be 1-2. But Brett is definitely fast there. And the number 71 machine at laps 70 of 200. So we got 130 laps left to go, left remaining here at North Wilksboro. It's the 42 again. Tellerico looks down to the inside of Fleury. Fleury able to slam the door shut. We'll see how many more times he's going to be able to do that. As Tellerico has been faster the last couple laps. 20.445 to a 20.572. Tellerico 0.100 faster the last couple laps. I'm going to say the last 3 laps is what I see up on the board. And this time by he was a little bit slower. So, 3 laps out of 4 is not too bad odds. It's 75% faster than that number 20.
I'll tell you what, 38 car, David Patton, he is stuck with that top 3 too. So those 4 have checked out from the rest of the short group. Brett Rolls is back there, him and Jason Wildman having a race back there amongst themselves for 5th, but they're not too far away from going a lap down within probably a straightaway there with the 17 of the 787 car. And those two on the end of the lead lap, 1 lap down, we find Greg Jude and Eric Tupper. Sam Perry still out there running the 7 car. He is 3 laps down, running in 9th. And I believe that's the last of the drivers left running. I believe the 8 car of Ace, Corey Cook, and Chris Miller. So they've exited for the afternoon. So out of the 12 that started, we've got 9 left running, and 6 of those on the lead lap. And the way these guys are running the pace up front, Wildman and Rolls may be in trouble. Before halfway, Todd, we may see 4 cars left on the lead lap.
Yeah, as these guys are having a lot of difficult time. It's been an attrition race too. Sam Perry was down on pit road for a very, very lengthy time in the 7 machine. 9 cars left out of the 13 that started this one, Phil. So Chris Miller out of this, Cook out of it. The number 8 is also out. Those guys making their early exits from the racing surface. Having a hard time trying to keep it underneath themselves, and that's tough. Like you said, Phil, the 61 felt that he wasn't going to make it the whole race. He's already 34 laps down. So he made it about 34 laps.
Yep, and kind of. I would have actually loved to take a shot at this sometime. And I say that, and within 5 laps, I'd be miserable not want to do it no more. But one day, I don't mind getting out there in a car like this, in a track like this, and just taking some laps and seeing even what it feels like. Because I haven't taken a lap in this simulator for a long time, but I know you have. You have a little bit. I don't know if you've done it too terribly recently, but for a couple of weeks, you were out there mixing it up in the officials and whatnot. Where does the racing career of the illustrious one, Mr. Too Tall, Todd Stanton, currently sit?
It hasn't been very much over the last couple of weeks. I know I did start off for a couple of weeks in stocks, trying the late models. I've not got a chance to get back out there actually since, because of all the stuff that's going on. Local dirt tracks around my area and kind of keeping me busy. Things at the tracks, keep busy by my company too. So I haven't had the time, Phil. And when you're tired, you don't really want to get behind the wheel of a car. That's probably a big no-no.
Yeah, that stinks, and I get it. Real life happens. Real life does happen. Real life just kind of takes the fun out of the gaming. It really does. And well, we'll hopefully see you back out there soon. I took part in what I do every Saturday night, our home base over at TDR, and Phil does still do all his racing in NASCAR Racing 2003 season. Yep, still do there every Saturday night. And raced at Indy last night and had a wonderful race. I think it was 65 laps. We had 2 cautions, 20 cars on the speedway, terrific racing all night long. And I even had a top 10 car. I was actually mixing it up inside the top 7 or 8. About 30 laps, not even 20 laps in, my internet died. Just crapped out like it's done here recently. Fell out everything. Had the rally back in the server. Was 3 laps down. The 2 early yellows, only 2 yellows we had were right away, so I was able to get back to 1 lap down. Lucky dog, but I ended up finishing 15th in a car that I was probably more competitive in than I've been much of this season. So some tales of a sim racing from us, and we still like to drive from time to time. So a little bit more than what we do here calling races, and we are now 83 laps in, and there is a good battle going on there between, or is that for position? Now that's Rolls. Rolls going to lap down as Fleury and Tellerico and Hahn have all gone by. So we said we're maybe within laps, so 4 on the lead lap. Well, there it is. Rolls and Weidman, they are officially 1 lap down. We've got 4 cars on the same lap as the leader, and we're only 84 laps in.
Yeah, it's four cars left on the lead lap. That's on like that, and those guys are pretty tight together as of now. So everybody else a lap down or more. You got Rolls, Weidman, and June. They're a lap down. Eric Tupper 2 laps down, and then you got Sam Perry, who is 7 laps down. Those are the cars left running on the speedway, and Sam Perry's actually down on pit road once again, Phil.
Yeah, Sam's been having some issues, and tough to see. Sam looking forward to this one, but these 4 up front, you could almost start to think about it. I believe he pays out the top 3, but 50 iRacing credits to win. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff you can do with 50 iRacing credits. You could acquire content to broadcast.
Yes, you definitely can acquire content to broadcast. You can pay for some content of the broadcasters that do broadcast the races. Hey, you can donate it to another guy. Hey, do a lot with it. You're right, Phil.
That's right. A little small pop-up shop we are. Try to keep our rates low, be affordable. We don't make a whole lot doing it. We like to have some fun doing it. Sometimes people like it, sometimes people don't. But donations help. And for definitely shows like today where we're taking one for you. And if you got some stars to throw out there, stars help a long way, guys. Throw them out our donations box here today because we'd appreciate that. And we approach halfway, 89 laps in. Brett Hahn is your leader. Top 4 pretty equally spaced. And now a caution flag on the speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Breckham Rolls is wrecked again. And iRacing didn't even throw the yellow. It was the control tower who threw the yellow. I call favoritism.
Oh, you never know. That
If I
you will
hit the
never
wall,
know.
and I said, Sam, I hurt my car. Sam, if I know Sam, he'd tell me to suck it up. But I guess when your little children like rolls, you say, Daddy, give me a flag. And he gave him a flag. Now Brett gets to fix his car. So we're probably, what, 4 or 5 shots deep in right now. We have 4 or 5 yellow flags. You doing all right, Todd?
I'm
we
fine.
Still upright? Is Hot Rod okay?
Green flag.
Hot Rod's good. Jack's still calling green. We're 5 laps from halfway. I guess we're still upright in the chair, right? The squeaky chair. It's a part of the family. Brett Hahn leaves Tanner Tellerico, Nick Fleury, David Patton, and now a 5th driver onto the lead lap, I believe. He's on the tail end. The 66 of Greg Jew. Did they wave him around? Yes, they did. So we got 5 cars in the lead lap. We've grown to 5.
Oh, Greg Jr., yeah, the 66 on the lead lap. Like you said, Phil, got the wave around. Definitely rather interesting as I watch a snake drink.
You said watch a snake.
Yeah, drink Sprite.
I thought you said watch a snake.
Yep, drinking Sprite.
Thought I was ready to start running. Oh, now hold on. Now I was just gonna say, made a visit to my aunt's house a few nights ago. And we were planning movie night with the family. You know, swim, food, movie. Good night. Sounds like a great night. Well, what movie should we watch? And my uncle pipes up and says, "What do we watch?" That's what he said. How about The Wizard of Oz? I love that movie. It's my favorite one. I can sing along, and I sat there in just sheer terror. I'm like, anything but that one. Anything but that one.
I thought you were gonna say Snakes on a Plane.
A grown man scared of a witch on a movie.
Jack, Halloween is no joke. Somebody puts that on, and happened to me about probably 6-8 years ago. I was bringing the daughter to the bus stop, and there was an older woman dressed up in full costume. And I got to about 40 yards away and seen her standing there, and I stopped dead cold. turned around the mom near me and I said, could you politely walk my daughter across the street? Was not going near it. I don't care who you are. You look like that, you're going to scare the absolute crap out of her. That woman was evil. She deserved the house to get fall on her. Evil. Everybody got quiet. I'm swearing, if Todd is queuing up the witch, I'm walking away. Not very nice.
I couldn't find the soundboard. That's the best one I got.
I hope Jessica stole it. I really do.
Fine.
Hey, well, look, we got a race going on for second. Tellerico and Flurry starting to get after it, and David Patton's right there, too. Got a bad little 4-car race up here up front.
No, they're doing a fantastic job staying off one another, Phil. They're minding their own P's and Q's, but hey, yellow flag number 6 is going to come out.
6th yellow flag. We are past the century mark. We're on lap 104. Who is the guilty party this time?
$787.
787.
LakeNo.com on them.
Jason Weidman? It is. Looks like Jason had a little disagreement of which way was going straight.
Yep, he spun around. A lot of guys coming down on the pit road, Phil. And, you know, I was taking a look. I don't know if you can see that first Union flag that comes out there off the corner.
Yes.
Flag. Next thing iRacing, I want to go off on a limb here, Phil. The next thing iRacing will work on is that flag. Because that flag does not wave the correct way.
We're not doing anything until we get the blades of grass right,
Yes,
okay?
you're correct. But if you look at that flag, it doesn't wave very well. Not like the other ones.
It's a warm day here in North Wilkesboro. It really is. And put my information tab up here. It is certainly warm. Track temp of 112 degrees on this 76-degree day. It's, you know, wind, 5 to 10 mile per hour gusting a little bit. A lot of heat around us. Not a whole lot to get through. And, even through the gust of wind, that flag is still as can be. And just still like it's quiet as night. So iRacing, and we're pleading with you. I'm on my hands and knees, not in a $9,000 suit, because that's not what we do. We're begging you, if we're going to work on the blades of grass, can we please work on the flags? Please.
Yeah, they're definitely not. Well, the TransUnion, everybody else is waving. That one it waves. Something wrong with it.
Todd, at least we're going to get high definition grass.
That is fantastic, so I can see how much.
If you ever wanted to know what the definition of grass looks like, zooming past it at 155 miles per hour, you will soon have your chance.
I remember when the virtual sky came out. I was always looking at the sky to see where the clouds are going. So, yeah, I can see that.
What we're going to need is that old gopher cam.
Green flag.
Oh, we're still racing? Oh, yeah, we are. They are racing. But you know what? We lost somebody. We lost Brett Rolls. Quit.
He gave up. He didn't want to wreck him no more.
Thought nobody circled the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Well, he just quit the wagon and walked away with his tail between his legs.
Torched the wagon.
Torched the wagon.
Torched him. They quit.
Even Brett wasn't entertained. Who is entertained? Facebook
Anybody?
Live, YouTube, and Twitch. If it's not only just the 4 of us watching, Somebody please chime in and say hello. I'm begging you. In a $17 shirt, I am begging you. Anybody.
You got Mike Ross out there saying hello.
Yeah, but he's right here. Anybody
Right.
outside the four of us in this room? Anybody.
Some of the drivers.
Well, I
can't say
can
hello,
make
so.
a new account real quick and then say hi to you.
You might be stepping on some toes there. As Tallarico starting to reel in that number 71. Brian on right now leads with that number 71 machine, the Air Force number 71 down the front straightaway. As Tallarico kind of got a different groove there, the middle portion of the track. It looks like starting to come as he's diamonding into the corners. That looks like the best route so far as he's starting to reel in that number 71. The 71 slides up the hill just a tad bit, Phil.
A little bit. And his car was fast over the course of that little bit of a long run we had right there, about 30, 40 laps. And we'll see if Brett's car comes back to life as he leads Tanner Tellerico. Now a gap back to David Patton and Nick Fleury, who racing for third. Nick's taking that spot away. So we get those four cars. Only four left to the lead lap. The 66 has fallen back to one lap down. And we had a report from the chat from Brett Rolls. So somebody is actually watching. And it says, when you dive under someone to get your lap back and they drive you into the grass and junk you, you can't really do much after that. Well, you can. It's not really the most proverbial thing you should do because it looks kind of trashy. But, Brett, number one, you shouldn't have been laps down. Number two, your car was already junk because you already hit it like 4 or 6 times. And number three was the grass in high definition.
It wasn't high definition, that was your problem. That makes you go faster.
Let's go grip on it.
Yes.
Naturally.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh. The comment out there from Brett Rolls.
I was smoking worse than Joe Biden's brain at a spelling bee. My God.
As we're
Then
coming
he'd
up on lap 120, Phil.
Probably leave and say he just went to the petting zoo, too.
Yeah.
But we are coming on lap 120. That's true. We're getting down toward the... We're definitely through the middle, but that light at the end of the tunnel hopefully is not an oncoming train. And who is going to be the first one to get there? Brett Hahn leads Tanner Tellerico, David Patton, Nick Fleury. You got Greg June. He's the only car 1 lap down. He runs in 5th. Eric Tupper is 6th. And then I wonder, is anybody else out there still running? 787 still down on pit road. You know, Rolls is gone. Oh, Ace is back out there in the 8 car. He's 40 laps down. Dan Perry's down there still getting his repairs done, or maybe at the local Hooters getting wings, or 61 car is gone. The 9 car has been gone for a while. Miller said, no, I'm going to mow the lawn. Yeah, he's out of there. So we started with 12, and it looks like we have actively, 8 of them still out there running?
Oh, right now we have 7 out there running.
I want to talk about something that looks odd. If you go back to the 87 era like these cars are, go check out Eric Tupper. What does not look right about that thing? At least you want to run an 11 number. Run it with the Bud scheme.
Yeah, it's got Coors schema. Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Austin Bill ran the 11 car too, and that course scheme was one he made famous, but you're going to go 11. You at least got to go to Budweiser colors.
Yeah, I think I would have to. 75 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro. You're laughing.
These guys can hear me.
They
The
can?
drivers are responding to me. I said that, and Tupper says, hey, that wasn't my choice of the car.
Oh,
The drivers in the game are responding to me. This is the first time this has ever happened. This is rich. I am digging this.
yeah, they're responding to you in the chat box. That's pretty neat. Luckily, I can't hear them. I can't hear them. I've got them shut it off, muted, whatever you want to call them. So they'd have to type in the chat box to see me or listen to me or whatever you want to call it. I guess you can. I guess I'm not in that suit, Phil, so I can't broadcast out there unless I'm in a suit, I guess.
I've got the game chat, enabled because I like to hear all the chatter that goes on back and forth. Oh, somebody's hit the wall.
Ooh.
I believe it was 38 of David Patton. I think he just crashed.
Oh, yeah, he's sideways in the front straightaway. Yellow flag going to come out.
I was riding, them and Nick Fleury were racing for third, and all of a sudden the 38 car just took a beeline to the left, and I don't know if they touched. I don't think there was any room between. There was plenty of room. I just think David's car got loose.
No touching, all by himself. Right up into those marbles, Phil. He wanted that camera. It's yeah.
Oh, what a hit!
Yeah, he took a whale of a hit there on the front straightaway. You were talking about the light at the end of the tunnel, Phil, and not hopefully being a train. What happens when 310 hits? Does that light at the end of the tunnel get really big? Or does it close?
I may see permanent darkness.
So
I feel that impending cloud of doom coming.
Yeah, you got 19 minutes. 19 minutes.
Come on, guys. 19 minutes to go 70 laps. Yes. We'll key up the microphone and you will hear me being bludgeoned live.
That should bring some viewership right there.
Totally should. If people are tuning in to watch some beards being sheared.
Don't have any. Might be seeing somebody get scalped.
Did you see what Rolls said in the chat? He got the beer tent. He got sick of his car owner yelling about his finances. Who the heck owned his car?
Who would have put him in a car?
Who would have put him in a car? That's right. That is right. I wouldn't have hired Rolls. No, we call him Wreckham Rolls for a reason. If you like your car in a pile and a wad, you hire Brett Rolls.
That's why he's getting screamed at by finances.
It'd be safer if Cody was driving the dang thing.
Burn, burn, burn.
I would sing that song for you, Todd, but we'd probably get copyrighted.
Yeah, burn, baby, burn.
I was more going for the new wave, let it burn.
Shane Perry's still down on pit road, Phil. 20 minutes worth of repairs. I wonder what's really wrong with his car. Just sitting there. Oh, they're going to try to put a new motor in that car. The fender's kind of getting nice. They're slow.
They kind of are. Work. I remember Sam just ordered wings and ice cream, just down there eating.
He's in North Carolina because New York, man, he's able to be there.
Maybe he's reevaluating life decisions by telling us to come out here and hang out for an afternoon with him. Maybe?
Green flag.
Green flag guy. I like him.
Straight down and out of the way there, Phil. Going a lap down. Straight down and out of that way. Bases, he's now down 41 laps. So, a lap and put him at 41. As Nick Fleury, your race leader, with Tanner Tellerico second. Hahn running that third spot. Looks like David Patton still running fourth after the damage to the front end of his car. Craig Dune still one lap down. So only 4 cars still left on the lead lap, Phil. With 65 laps remaining here, we're coming up on a pretty much a Saturday night shootout there. We're coming up on 50 laps to go. We're 65, so we got about 15 laps to go before we hit the 50 to go mark. And can all either Nick Fleury, Tanner Delrico, Brett Hahn, those guys have been the story. As Fleury gets sideways,
Whoa!
he saves it. Nope, he gets
Nope.
backtrack.
Oh
Nope.
no!
And yeah, he gets it underneath. He got railed underneath the car.
His head is going to feel like it's Saturday night.
Fuckered up a little bit after that one.
Juan Pablo, eat your heart out. My God. Did that car get teetered on its side before it got hit? I mean, did we not have technology in 1987 to keep cars going to the right from staying not on, less than four wheels? I guess we didn't. Man, that had to hurt a little bit. Had a puckered.
Pucker, pucker.
All right, I'm going to decompress my collarbone after that one, and we'll come back in and settle in for the restart. 138 laps in this afternoon on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, we're getting ready to go green. We got 60 laps remaining. Who is going to be the big winner? 50 iRacing credits this afternoon. The Patriot Graphics 200 at the North Wilkesboro Speedway as the green flag goes back to the air. Tanner Tellerico, Brett Hahn, David Patton, and Nick Fleury are top four, and I am fired. You're tired? Okay, thought I was fired.
Halftime though.
Jack is old. It's almost time for the afternoon nap.
Time for my afternoon nap.
Hot Rod doing?
I'm hanging tough, man.
Hanging tough. I was going to be asleep 30 minutes ago. He's still with us. How many cocktails are we in? You had the big float going on.
8.
8.
I think 8. Yes.
I want to see you go mow the lawn after this. Live on our Facebook, Todd. I want you streaming from the yard. On the. Oh, he's gonna paint. You'd be as. Oh, dude, you should paint.
As Babada.
Exactly. You could paint shit-faced, and we'd stream this, and you'd be like Babada. I watched him for an hour yesterday, by the way, cleaning his yard. He was arguing with a rake. money. I mean, this is just straight comedy gold.
Yeah. Nobody's ever. He got thrown off of Twitch.
Yeah,
Now he's
well,
on YouTube.
He's on YouTube.
Yep. Way better, high definition.
Yep. Same guy. Still argues with his 3 or 4 different personalities. Hilarious stuff.
Just make sure you don't call about them all.
No, don't. You know he's got President Trump as a personal friend on Facebook.
Yes, that's what he says.
Yep. I think we all do, but that's here or there, I guess. Yeah, don't threaten bodily harm on somebody. That may not end well for you. Maybe
And
you
Papa
kicked off
don't
the
like
Twitch.
it.
Nope. All right. Well, who's leading this mess? Well, Tanner
Right.
Tellerico's out
Yeah.
there. Who
What,
picked Tanner?
Me?
Oh, so you're smart. So you picked Tanner, and Jack took Nick. Nick already went for a ride, and I took Brett Hahn. But my heart is rooting for David Patton because he's a good dude.
Yeah. Who doesn't like David Patton?
Everybody
Like
likes
David
David
Patton.
Patton.
I don't know who wouldn't want to like David.
He's a good guy, and I enjoy when we cover Cyber Thunder from time to time. I get to see him do some racing, so it'd be good time. Good times. Oh, Ty, you want to have some fun?
What's
Doing
that?
that here today, right?
Oh yeah, lots of fun.
Yeah. Guess who I got a hold of straight out the trailer park to come in and say hello.
Straight out the trailer park tonight. It's more like straight out the junkyard.
Wreck 'em rolls. He's in the house. What's up?
Hey, you know, asphalt's not my thing, but gotta come support Sam.
What exactly is your thing?
More so on the dirt, but you know, rollover contest, demo derbies. I'm pretty sure I'd be like the Ricky Bobby of them.
Yeah, because
It involves wrecking, yes.
the king of the wreck. Wreck 'em. You're no longer with Tennessee Tumbler. You've outgrown that name.
Hey, the way I like to say it is I just keep Hanover Wrecker in business.
That's true. You got to keep. Yeah. You got to have something in life to strive for.
Hey, he lost his beard, so might as well give him the extra business, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you losing yours.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I feel too confident in betting my beard. I mean, that's kind of like my namesake right there. That's like Tom Brady's right arm.
Oh, well.
I don't
Yeah.
know. You guys
Tom
find
Brady's
me,
right arm has made a lot more than your beard. That's
you guys find me a decent opponent, and you know, I think we might even end up challenging the brother Tupper. We'll do a beard versus beard, get something going.
You and Tupper?
Yeah, I'll talk to him about it after the race here and see what
All
he
right.
says.
So I institute the challenge of Tupper's beard versus your beard during this race. He's
Oh,
still
this
running. You're not. You lose.
Hey, hey, I may not be that intelligent, but I'm not that stupid. If we're gonna bet my beard, it's definitely gonna be on asphalt, or not asphalt, on dirt.
Asphalt. You hear
No.
that?
Yeah.
Asphalt.
Uh-uh.
I know Tupper heard it.
Uh-uh.
Asphalt.
Ew.
Tupper heard it. You hear
I
that,
might as
Tup?
well just shave now then.
There you go. You know how to get things done.
I think we should get Phil and Todd in on this deal.
To
Don't
do
really
what?
have. I don't know, but we gotta get you guys in on some sort of bet.
I mean,
Wreck 'em rolls versus Phil bet. We gotta get that going.
I don't know what I could bet. I mean, I got nothing to offer. I got no
How
hair.
about Phil jump on, or Todd will jump on board with this. You pick somebody that isn't like a Pro Series caliber driver, make it a little bit even, and if they beat me in a dirt race, I'll put on a Cowboys jersey for you, and if it's vice versa, we get to deck out Phil in some Bills gear.
See, I would be okay with this. I wore a Patriots jersey once upon a time to try to get with a chick. So I mean, we're not ashamed of that.
See, I just want the picture of you in the Bills gear, so that way every time we play the Cowboys, I can just remind you.
Oh, done. Done. Just send it my way.
All right.
We're good with that. We're
We got
good.
this. We'll get it planned out.
Yeah. And we'll make sure when the Cowboys gear comes your way, we'll make sure it's got a big number 9 on it too, just cause.
Hey, Can't get any worse than Tony Romo.
We do. We got 40 laps left. We've got Tanner Tellerico, now David Patton's up to second. Nick Fleury is third, and Brett Hahn, well, the 71 car, Todd, our pole sitter, the guy who just was wailing this place early on, well, he has fallen back to fourth, and the car kind of looks like it's faded a little bit.
It definitely has faded quite a bit there. It's still Tellerico, Patton, Fleury, and Hahn. Like he said, Fleury was able to get around him. These guys have made contact, though. Patton and Fleury made contact on the racing surface, but I'm not sure what's going on with him, Phil. He just seems to not be there here towards the end of this car.
Trying, and Fleury and Patton's race for second continues, but how many times over the recent history of the network have we called the name Tanner Tellerico leading? And usually when a guy like Tanner leads, there's not a whole lot of guys who pass it.
No, not really.
It may be a little bit tough. Now, Brett, you're here. I'm going to pick your brain. You were out there in race conditions. I know you're not a pavement guy, but what were these cars like to drive at this old school place? It was a throwback feel. Did these things slide around as much as we remember them doing way back in the 80s and 90s in these cars? Brett, are you still with us?
I was having a little bit of an issue with the car being a little bit on the tight side. It would get really tight until about the apex of the corner, and then it would just start snapping loose on me. I know me and Tupper, we struggled building a setup for here. Just seemed like nothing we could do would help out, battling the tightness and then snapping loose on us. But I'll tell you one thing, man, if there's probably a highlight car in the field to keep an eye on, I'd probably say it'd be David Patton. He's been pretty smooth throughout the night. He's been consistently fast. I mean, he just got in that wreck not too long ago, and he's already chasing down the leaders.
One day you should think about doing this broadcasting thing. I think you'd be okay. Really, I think you'd be okay with some good analysts. That's the best analyst work we've had all day, and we've been here for 167 laps, so we definitely do have the end in sight. And I see Tupper down on the pit lane. Now, you're Tupper's buddy. Who in the world put an 11 car on the course scheme? Whose bright idea was this?
All right, so here's the whole spiel behind that. Eric had some stuff to do today, and he asked me if I could put him in the server. Well, I didn't realize that he had purchased both the Ford and the Chevy, because I only purchased the Chevy, and I'm used to just clicking go and jumping in the server. Well, apparently his went to the Ford, and I just wasn't paying attention. I just clicked go, so he was supposed to be in the Monte Carlo tonight, but because of lack of paying attention and know-all, in the Ford, and I don't really think he set a paint skin for that, so I'm pretty sure he's just rolling with whatever trading paint default they gave him.
Poor guy. I feel so terrible for him, but he's doing well. He's still running. He's 2 laps there, not 6 laps down, so 7. All right, he's still on the pit lane, so maybe he's had some issues. We got 4 on the lead lap. Looks like Greg June's just by default making a top 5 if he stays in the lead lap, but I think he's also down on the pit lane. I think these guys are all starting to pit. Gotta all pit again? I don't know what's happening, but top 4, they're still kind of close together, all within 1 second of each other, so I guess this is still anybody's race, and we're starting to approach that 25 to go there, Toddler.
Yeah, almost all the way home, Phil. It's 25 to go. That would be a distance of a Crate Sportsman race around the local area here. So, as long as they don't wreck as much as a Crate Sportsman would.
Oh. As long as they don't wreck as much as a Crate Sportsman. That doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, on average, any track that I've been to, there's a couple tracks that have been better, but on average.
Well, while we're talking about things crazy and short tracks and things you don't ever see, I seen you make a post about looking for a cart. How is this going? I can't imagine Todd in a cart.
Well, I got everything but a cart. It would be the 2.5 horsepower motor right from Dominator, yeah, whatever it's called, the motor rate from Harbor Freight.
Oh, okay. I know what Harbor Freight is. There you go. We got a race for third happening too, brother. We've got Brett Hahn to the inside of Nick Fleury, two guys we picked to win. Well, you picked Tanner to win because you're a front runner, but nobody picked Patton. Everybody root on David Patton. He runs second, but look at Hahn to the inside of Nick Fleury, and that's a pretty dang good race there for third on turn 4. Still wheel to wheel. Oh, and now they made contact, and now Nick gets spun around.
Oh, Nick Fleury around. Almost hit that barrier in the tire. Did he hit it? Stuck in the wall.
Stuck on it.
And you think tires you get stuck on, Phil? There's a wall, and he's stuck on the wall.
Who says this game didn't come from NR 2003? That looks like getting stuck in the wall old school. Well, he was stuck no more. Now he's getting towed back to the pit lane. Caution flag on the speedway. We've got some drama here late in North Wilkesboro. 177 laps complete live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, we're on borrowed time, but we're still going to dig it. And we're 183 laps in here live in North Wilkesboro for the Patriot Graphics 200. Now, the complexion of this one has changed a little
Green flag.
As we put the green back in the air, Tanner Tellerico leads David Patton. Now Brett Hahn in third, but now it's going to be Greg June up to the 4th spot as Nick Fleury's issues have dropped him 4 laps down, now back to 5th. And I believe there's not too many more cars in that running as Eric Tupper is behind the wall. I believe the 8 car still making laps, but Ace, it looks like, going to get no better than a 7th. Jason Wildman parked it. Rolls is gone. Sam doing what Sam does. He's going to finish 10th. Been sitting there forever. Just not sure what he's... Maybe he's pretending race car. Maybe he's making car noises and turning the wheel.
Yeah.
Probably the safest way to do it. Question we got now with 15 laps left is, anybody have anything for Tanner Tellerico? Brett Hahn was better in practice. Oh, no, they were actually... Tanner was better. Brett out-qualified Tanner by 2.5 tenths of a second. So we know his car on a short run was quicker. But as that advantage dissipated now with 186 laps in, or does Brett Hahn have that short speed left to chase Tanner down and pass him? I guess we'll wait and find out.
Tellerico right now, yeah, definitely slower than Brett Hahn at 71. We're coming up on 12 laps remaining there, Phil. So again, as the 42 of Tanner Tellerico hold on, or can Brett really chase him down there in the number 71? Or even can David Patton there? He's not that far back in the number 38 machine. Or in that third spot, can they both track him down? We're going to have to wait and see as we're closing here. Up on 11 laps to go at North Wilkesboro. 200 laps have been here, and Phil, how's that borrowed time going?
Keep peeking over my shoulder. I can already tell you it's not going to go well. I keep waiting for the car to just pull into the driveway, and I know she's going to see me sitting here with the earbuds in, and the race on the screen, and talking to y'all, and it's not going to go well. It's really not.
Borrowed time and 10 laps remaining now, Phil. So 10 to go. As long as you stay green flag, I think you might be all right.
Oh, at this point, we're horseshoes and hand grenaded. Now, what my status of the post-race show may be, you may be hearing me, like squeal like a slaughtered pig. But they're beginning to race for the lead. Brett Hahn has not only caught Tanner Tellerico, he is looking to the outside and down in turn 1. We have a race for the lead.
Tanner's going to try to close that door shut with that number 42 machine. As Brett Hahn is still all over him. He looks down to the inside. Looks like he can get into the corner just a tad bit better in that number 71 machine. As Tanner Tellerico definitely trying to keep him at bay. But Tanner, man, it just seems like his entry just a little bit different than the 71. 71 is definitely faster in the middle portion of the track through 3 and 4.
Well, he's definitely quicker. Catching a guy is one thing, and passing him is another. And we're on the short track, so we'll go Sheffield Graphics on board to take a look. We know that 71 car is quicker. At what point on a short track do you think about a bump and run? There was a bump right there. Is that out of the question? Do we see a bump and run to win this one this time? That's 50 guy racing credits out front. That's something small.
Tanner left the door wide open for the number 71. It gets a little bit loose, though, down on the bottom of the speedway. Hahn trying to do everything he can there in the U.S. Air Force number 71 side-by-side battle. Coming off with turn number 4. 5 laps remain here at North Wilkesboro Speedway.
5 laps remaining. You said $50 in iRacing credits. I mean, that could go a long way, Todd. That's Big Block Modifieds, maybe. That's Weed Sport, maybe. That's whatever really silly idea that we don't own for Sam Perry to come up with again. I mean, that's a lot of dough. $50 goes a long way, and Brett Hahn is there. He peeks ahead, and they are in a dead heat for the lead now with 3 laps remaining over in 1.
Oh, contact there. Tellerico gets sideways. Now he goes up the track a little bit. The 71 now moves into the race lead.
Brett Hahn, the new race leader. Oh, Tanner hits him. Tanner's loose.
Oh, he wasn't real happy. Tanner Tellerico really not happy with the number 71 machine.
We've got drama, implications, and some bent feelings in North Wilkesboro. And next time by, we got 2 laps remaining. Brett Hahn's out front with no pressure from behind.
Brett Hahn definitely quick there in the number 71 machine. Pops and sticks up in the air. 2 more trips around North Wilkesboro. And we know Tanner Tellerico not happy with the whole front end of his car now all messed up. He falls back into the clutches of David Patton. They're down that back straightaway, Phil.
If looks can kill, I'd be dead on the floor. That I will definitely tell you. Now we come to the white flag. 1 more trip around. Brett Hahn leads the way. He will take that white silk of the air. He's got a second on Tanner Tellerico. Is Brett going to hold on? Well, he's half a lap away as he's off the exit of 2.
Off the exit of turn number 2, down the back straightaway for the final time. Brett Hahn, that down into turn number 3, the 42 of Tanner Tallarico, way up top. Look at him with a wall, trying to do everything he can. He was trying to full send it like that old EA Sports adage, but couldn't quite get that pulled off. Brett Hahn going to take that in the victory in the number 71 machine. Tanner Tallarico for 2, David Patton for 3, Greg June for 4, and Nick Fleury for 5.
Eric Tupper, Ace Druid, Jason Wildman, Brett Rolls, Sam Perry, Corey Cook, and Chris Miller complete our 12 cars this afternoon from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. 200 laps complete. Brett Hahn, the big winner, and we'll talk to him next. All right, we are back here live on the post-race show for the Patriot Graphics 200 this afternoon, presented by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds, web hosting, VPS servers, dedicated servers. They do it all. Check them out today at BladeNode.com. The big winner is Brett Hahn this afternoon over Tanner Tallarico. And our third place finisher we'll talk to now, an old friend of ours, with the number 38. We welcome back to the network as long as we can get somebody to move him in the room. There we go. David Patton, our old buddy, gets a third place run this afternoon. It's so good to see you racing there, David. A third place finish, new car, old new track, sliding around. How you feeling after 200 laps this afternoon, buddy?
Tired, confused, my wrist hurts, and I gotta pee.
That runs the gamut right there. Well, I know how the full bladder feels, so I won't ask you too much more then. Give a shout to you folks out there for watching, and go empty that thing for us. Good to see you as always.
Yeah, good to see you guys too. Thanks for broadcasting for us. That was a fun race. I mean, obviously, I race with Brett, Tanner, and Nick every week in, week out with Cyber Thunder. So I think we put on a pretty good show here. This race, Cyber Thunder kind of dominated it, and that's the way it should be. That's the way I like to see it. I was kind of hoping maybe right at the end there, I had a quick moment of glory flash into my head as I saw Brett and Tanner going at it. But in the end, I want to thank Sam and BladeNode.com and Vlad for putting this together. You guys for coming out and broadcasting us, and then of course, as always, my future wife now, Natalie. I know I talk to her. I talk about her a lot every time I get interviewed by you guys. Now she's future wife, so thank her for watching. I know she's watching in the other room, and yeah, it was a good race, a lot of fun.
All right, buddy. We'll make sure you tell her hello from all of us. And here he is, folks. A third place finish today for our buddy David Patton. We'll let him go and let him celebrate with the bride-to-be and go take a pee. That's always a good feeling, too, when it's full. We'll let him go, and we'll take a walk down here and talk to another guy we talked to a lot here recently. and it comes to pavement, you see this name on the track, Mr. Tanner Tellerico. Wore him out this afternoon, but a second-place run, Tanner. You and Brett had a hell of a battle there late. Tell us about your afternoon for 200 laps. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a long one. First and foremost, I want to say thanks to you guys for covering the broadcast and Sam for putting this whole thing on. I was kind of hoping that caution with 20 to go didn't come out. I think I had them covered, and had that restart, came down, put tires on, and I was just kind of biding my time. And I knew Brett was going to be coming hard, and was just trying to give him more race room than I thought he would need. And I think he washed up into me pretty hard in 1 and 2. That's pretty frustrating. And yeah, I mean, at that point, I was kind of like, all right, anything will go. And yeah, it'll be an awkward team meeting, I guess, later tonight. But
I was going to say, I know you guys race around each other quite a bit. You guys race hard. It's short track racing. This kind of brings you back, back in the day, how things used to be at Wilkesboro years ago with a long race. Teammates and buddies get into it. I go back to the old times of, like, Waltrip and Dale and all that good stuff. And we know how good buddies they used to be, but how cool is it? Short track racing is 87 cars. It seems like a cool vibe.
yeah, the 87s are definitely fun. I know what I'm used to in real life is big, like, bomber street stocks, and that's essentially what these are, with just a little bit more power. And I like the way they drive. They drive really similar to what I'm used to, and definitely the nostalgia factor of it, both with this car track combo, is really fun. I don't have a whole lot of experience here racing this car track combo, but it's always fun when you can kind of throw it back and just have a good time racing the old school stuff.
That's right, buddy. Well, good to get you back here on our post-race show there, my friend. I think you know how the next gig works. Take the mic one more time and give a shout out to all the peeps out there watching us this afternoon.
Yeah, I think I got a couple people watching. Don't know exactly who they all are right now, but I know I got probably a handful of people out there watching. So those that are, thank you. Too bad I couldn't seal the deal there, but this will probably be the last time that I talk to you guys until the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series kicks off in the, I guess if you want to call it January, it'd be January, late winter. But yeah, no, I want to, like I said earlier, appreciate you guys putting this on the broadcast, and Sam for getting all this together. It was a cool show.
Well, it's good to talk to you, buddy. Until we do it again, you be safe out there and take care of yourself. I'm sure we'll be chatting again really soon, Tanner. Thanks for talking to us this afternoon.
Yep, later, boys.
All right, here he is, folks. Tanner Tellerico, second place finisher this afternoon. Great dude, of course. He gets a second, but there's only one who's going to walk away with the big dough here this afternoon. 50 iRacing credits to the number 71 of Brett Hahn, who is in BladeNode.com victory lane with our buddy Todd.
This is working down here, down in BladeNode.com. Victory lane, Brett Hahn taking down the victory in the U.S. Air Force, number 71 there. And I tell you what a fantastic finish there for you, Brett. I know you washed up just a tad bit on that the last couple laps there. Good battle, though, between yourself and Tanner Tellerico. But tell us about the closing laps of that race. And, man, how are you feeling after 200 laps?
Oh, man, this 200-lapper was definitely a long one, guys. It wore out a lot of cars, and I think some tempers at the end of it. Me and Tanner, I chased him down, trying. And for sure, my hardest tried to keep to the inside of him and not wash up. But you're racing so hard and pushing it to the edge that you just move up just a tiny bit and you make contact on iRacing, and it's always a no bueno situation.
Definitely difficult there as everything goes on between you two drivers there at the end of it. But hey, that's short track racing at its finest. You can actually comment on that. The dirt tracks, asphalt tracks. Hey, it's going to happen there. You're going to have that little bit of contact, and you were able to take home the victory here, being the fastest car this evening. Just watching you click laps through, and definitely a smooth run in number 71 here tonight.
Yep, thank you guys. Yeah, for sure. Going to be an awkward team meeting after this with Tanner and all of them, and even Nick, because I got into him a little bit earlier. But thanks again for you guys putting this on. It was a blast to run these old school cars with these things. They're always a handful, especially when you get side-by-side battling.
All right, Brett, before I let you go, give the microphone one last time. You can thank live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Well, of course, thank you guys. Thanks for everyone that put this on. Would like to thank all my fans out there watching, my grandparents and friends and family and all that. And hopefully we can put on another good show and see you guys in September for the Pro Cup Series.
All right, driver of the U.S. Air Force, number 71, Brett Hahn, taking down the victory here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. 50i Racing credits going his way here tonight, Phil. And it was a good race here as he now does some burnouts, climbs back his car, does some burnouts here on the Football Series Network.
Sure does. Good race by them this afternoon. Thanks to Sam and the gang at Blade Note for putting it on. Thank you to Patriot Graphics, who I believe is our buddy Ron Piles, I believe. Can't confirm that, but believe it is. But for Todd and for Jack and for Hot Rod and for all the crew, we'll see you back here live in about 4 hours. The Southern Shootout Series will be live 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live on your source for esports racing, believe it, Fairbury. We'll see you later on, everybody.